Welcome to another episode of Rethink Leadership. Well, the clocks have changed for most of us. Have you recovered yet? The one thing about this time of year is there's an inspiring sense of spring coming. We see daffodils popping up from the ground and trees with early blooms, and we feel it's just around the corner. We're even breaking free from the winter doldrums and feeling a bit more energized as we look forward to welcome days of sun-filled activities. Well, if you're anything like me, spring is also a time when I take a moment to assess what's been happening since the beginning of the year, like what was and what could be, as the year continues to progress. I set aside time to plan because I want to act with intention, to make the most of each day. And I encourage you to do the same, and in particular with your professional development. And this is the purpose of this episode. One of the new initiatives I'm super excited to introduce is an all-in-one platform that holds my complete collections of offerings, including books, articles, and courses. It's intended to be a one-stop shop to serve as an expert professional development resource for leaders and managers. So why the platform? Well, it's time to not only rethink leadership, which is the title of this podcast, but also to completely reimagine leadership and management development. This is the challenge I'm issuing to my professional community, and in doing so, want to offer a viable alternative. It is well past time. It just really needs to change. I wrote about this a while back in a LinkedIn article called "Is the Leadership Industry Failing You?" And the timing for this challenge, reimagining leadership and management development, and the offering that I'm putting forth cannot be more perfect as it's aligned with many disruptive changes due to the pandemic. There is no better time than now. Here's the issue. For years, I've witnessed and been very frustrated with the overall inadequacy of professional development offered by most companies and the professional industries that serve them. This inadequacy has continually hurt employees and businesses at all levels in a variety of ways, including delayed skill development, all of which ultimately suppresses cumulative earnings for employees and companies. My philosophy and a professional truth goes like this: skills undeveloped is money left on the table for everybody, and definitely not in your bank account. So I feel compelled to create an opportunity to remedy this. I'm launching a professional development resource that offers the best, most effective way to grow capabilities and skills in a way that is sustainable and which can be measured financially. All the resources to achieve this will be housed on this platform. So what needs to change? The current traditional approach to professional development is not only antiquated, but also does not adequately take into account basic principles of human psychology and behavior, the origin of all change. Because of this, and for additional reasons, you are being held back. That is, if you're solely dependent on your company to provide all the resources for your professional development, and sadly, most folks are. I'll state the challenge this way. I want professionals to not have to wait on the timing of internal decision makers to get help to gain knowledge and or develop a needed skill. I don't want to have them beholden to selective, restrictive investment or be dependent on an inexperienced novice decision maker who selects trainings which are typically limited and deficient time wasters. Sourcing and decision making goes something like this. We need training. Where should I look? I'll go on LinkedIn. And by the way, I'm saying this as someone who has very popular LinkedIn HR courses. And I'll shoot out a question to the community, who, by the way, will promote the traditional approaches. A one-time event or series of webinars and workshops, usually in the form of massive information dumps, are suggested along with certain vendors. A topic is decided and scheduled. But oops, you can't make it. That's okay. It'll be recorded. Decision makers then think training is done, needs are met, we're good to go. You sign up, learn a bunch of stuff, your brain is maxed to capacity within the first 30 minutes. You may get to ask some questions at the end. Then, the end. No implementation support, post-event interaction, follow-up with the presenter, and generally not tied to meaningful business objectives with little to no accountability of usage. That's it. So here's the reality. One information dump does not automatically fix the skill deficit and the problems they create. Talking about a skill does not make a skill. Temporary change can be immediate, but permanent change takes time. Permanent change is a mastered behavior. That is a skill. I talk about this more in depth in my Kindle short 10 Reasons Why Your Management Training Sucks. And these are the driving factors behind my new offering. After years of the same old, it truly is time for something different. You deserve it. Your career and your family deserve it, and so do your fellow colleagues. And if you're a leader or manager, those you lead. And if you're a fellow HR professional, you deserve something you can confidently offer that can provide the utmost value. I'd like to offer the opportunity for professionals to get competent help exactly when they need it, in an affordable way, so they are not dependent on their company or solely dependent on their company to do so, where they can have strategic, affordable control over their professional development and earning potential by working with proven experts for as long as is needed. You decide how much and for how long. And this is a great use of time. So here's my message. I encourage you to not undermine your professional earnings and development by being too dependent on your company. And if you're at a senior level, not be wholly dependent on a novice HR training and development department to make critical decisions regarding the development of your most important asset, you and your employees. It is rare that they are adequately provided. In fact, additionally, there is definitive gaps in development offerings for senior and executive leadership. The platform. It's a site that has a breadth of learning resources, books, articles, videos, podcast courses, including live weekly interactive roundtables and periodic, specially curated masterclasses and one-on-one real-time conversations. Now, though this may sound like a bunch of random stuff put together, it all serves our key focus and development methods. Everything on the platform serves to support our signature approach to leadership development using the lens of power. We define that as the ability to achieve desired results. My experience, everything in life is about power. So here's our approach. We have 3 unique, simple competencies for leadership: personal power, community power, and social power. Now, a few points. Community is our updated, modern view of management and operations. And we think a lot of stuff around leadership and management competencies, as well as formal performance management, is really kind of a waste of time, adding little of any real substantive value to an organization. Our approach also includes blueprints. We've framed those competencies within tested, proven blueprints. Now, they serve as the step-by-step guide. And additionally, the blueprint is also designed with behavior science threaded throughout, along with a method to calculate the financial impact of each step. It's pretty unique. Our 3 core blueprints are the emerging executive, which is for newly promoted or pre-promotion preparation; the disciplined executive, executives who want to refine their effectiveness, and that's designed to be a tactical complement to Peter Drucker's book, The Effective Executive. And then, number 3, the SMART Management Blueprint, specifically focused for leaders and managers to improve their people management. Each are designed to be implemented within a 90-day development cycle with weekly measurable outcomes. Each has access to learning bites, action items with weekly live accountability for feedback and additional learning. You experience support at each step along the way for as long as you need it. So it really is time to spring forward into something new. It's time to break out of our traditional view and approach to professional development. We have got to move past and reject the notion that a meaningful training, developing a skill, is a one and done information dump and can only be sourced through human resources. That webinars and courses are the remedy. They're the vehicles. They are not in and of themselves the remedy. The best approach is to have access to proven tools anytime you need it in manageable bites that can be applied easily with ongoing live human support that is tied to real-time needs for as long as is needed. And that's what we offer. So head on over to the platform.joannecorley.com. Learn more about this innovative approach and how you can use this for your professional development. And if you're a decision maker or HR professional and recognize the value of this opportunity, we do offer special discounts and in the form of corporate subscriptions. So consider adding this platform and its offerings to your corporate leadership and management development portfolio. Now, one final note. After conducting thousands of professional development workshops, seminars, and delivering many keynotes, here is one of the many professional development truths I've observed. There are primarily two kinds of learners, passive and active. Passive learners, which have been referred to as seminar junkies, love to learn. They take in new information, they love knowledge, but then typically don't do anything with it. They just keep learning and that's it. And then there are active learners. They take in information with the intent to apply what they've learned to generate change. They have the motivation and focus and commitment to implement. In fact, they welcome ongoing support. They want to be held accountable to maximize the learning experience. They want to ensure that they're growing professionally and can achieve meaningful change that really matters. So, which one are you? If you happen to be a passive learner and want to boost your professional effectiveness and put more money in your pocket, we invite you to fully participate in all that the platform offers. Now, if you're already an active learner, you'll love the format, the offerings, the live interaction weekly. You'll feel right at home. All are welcome, no matter your stage of growth. We'll see you on the platform.